Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Relax, 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 relax. Oh. Relax, 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 relax. Oh. Relax, 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 relax. Oh. Relax, 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 relax.
Wait.
Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, game in the chokehold.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All right, put your shoes on.
And our home
put
team.
your shoes on. Wait, I need some of this space. Let's get over this a little bit.
The children will grow, and it's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second down, Winston. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll be put in the books as a 5th. 23-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Here we go now. 319. 319.
Now they'll run it on the toss. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll look to throw. Going with a screen for Murray. Murray has the first down and more. Touchdown, Chicago! Latavius Murray, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. To throw is Winston. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Winston to Godwin on the connection there for a Tampa Bay first.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. He'll return it from the 6. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Set! 3-19! 3-19! Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is brought in at the 21. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play action now. Winston looking downfield for Godwin. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. On third down, Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The linebackers, Stephon Anthony with a pick. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They go play action here on first downs. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
No, Jack, Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Gun.
He'll drop to throw. And this is caught by Cooper for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Bucs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Winston. The left side completion to Jones. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Jameis to throw it. forced out to his left. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Khalil Mack leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Hey, let's get a conversion. Sonic! Green, trouble C. Ready. Black, 22.
Here's Winston. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Ready. Blue lady.
Winston. Being chased out left. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now running right through it. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Hot.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. William Golston in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Patriot. All right, here we go. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Hot.
They'll look to throw here. Fighting for now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. William Golston in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And it's fielded at the 34. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. They were forced to punt last time. Now I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, Great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Khalil Mack in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Winston from the gun on third down. Airing this one out for Evans. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a third-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back here right after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll drop the throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Latavius Murray with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Drops it to Jones in the flat. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
And they'll go on the ground. Oh, what a move. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's got some space here. Latavius Murray. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Latavius Murray with what will be called a 107-yard return. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. On second down, it's Jones. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Jameis now 6 of 17 throwing the ball, only 35%. But he does have a 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Ready. Flag 22.
The 2nd down throw for Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now Winston. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Gets through, and now an opening. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now they'll run it on the toss. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Leopard! No, check, Patriot! Here we go now, 3-19! Leopard! Gone!
Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So an agile move, but not a big gain. Down right near the 25. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Gone! Watch him now, Barney! Leopard! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
No. Check. Patriot. Gone.
Back to throw here. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Well, that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are pouring it on. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught now.
Result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Yo.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one
I
away.
was in game chat the whole time. I'm beating this nigga ass in my Madden franchise.
This is fielded at the goal line.
My team is back.
Gets around him.
I got two motherfucking.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Good sack, baby.
Got him.
I just hope this
little
nigga
bit of
don't
criticism
quit.
there
That's
because
all.
they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
Yeah, I ain't worried about it. I know I got it, you know what I'm saying? Because I could get it on my own, and I got y'all to help me too with the height. So, you know, make sure everything co-stack on these other ends, you know what I mean?
Winston now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. Over the middle to Evans. And he gets it down to the 32. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there.
They just let this nigga score a touchdown.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6.
At least he feel happy, man.
No problem there on the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead.
That was a nice run, though. Let's see if I can return another kick.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up
literally
to about the 35-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But
film time.
To be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense,
he just tossed my
teams,
man's down like he was
together.
I
got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team. But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Going with a screen for Murray. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Man, I like the quarterback I drafted.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Let's see. We're going to run it. We're just going to run a simple pass. Might get a 1st down. Oh, you really going to play us like this?
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Right, well, you better put some respect on my man. Oh, see, fucked up now.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Quan Alexander.
He's supposed to throw that.
In there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Ready! Blue lady!
They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the
Khalil! Damn, that was
your
your sack. That was my other boy.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they
Oh, yeah,
were
we
more than
hungry.
ready for it.
We need the
They got the
ball.
lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 2nd down, Winston again. Over the middle, complete. That's Evans. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. A 1st down throw for Winston.
Pick it off! That was your interception!
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that
Play ball, y'all.
is embolden
Y'all play the ball. Fuck
They
hitting
feel
niggas as soon
good
as they
about
catch
what's
it.
going
Play
on,
ball.
and they just play better and better.
Y'all see that bitch? It's a bounty on that bitch. Go get it.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the
It's a
43.
new year. We left Oakland and Chicago now.
Again, it's Winston.
Turn.
Evans has it left side. And taking it across across midfield and inside the 45. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. Had a first down on that last catch as well. Winston now to throw on first down. And a catch right side by Evans.
Get him.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
On 1st and 10, Winston.
Hit. Let's go, Swoop.
Pass is intercepted for the fourth
My
time
defensive
today.
player of the year from last year.
At the 20.
Defensive rookie of the year,
They
man.
have the football and will take over at the 24-yard
Even if
line.
I don't think
That's now his second interception and as many leads from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Dances by him. And now spinning away.
Nigga, you going he's breaking the tackles, but
now
going
third
the
down.
wrong way.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Raiders on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray.
This nigga Latavius Murray ain't going. Let's go. Boy, you fuck around the player of the week. He got a
this one all
kick
over
return
but the
and
shouting.
2
We'll finish it
touchdowns.
after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Showed the nice footwork and then hit and drop shy of the 45. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL. Being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
They don't want it. Is this my boy Lawrence in?
Detroit!
Yeah, because we need him to get him a touch. Kyrie, stop.
He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Oh, my God.
Good contain. No gain on the screen, and they'll bring up 4th down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here now, Johnny Townsend. He's been terrific so far.
Oh, bogus kick.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Winston to throw it this time.
Good sack.
He goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
Damn. It's all about the stats, baby. It's all about the stats. Out of here. He probably could you just quit, man, so we can go. I'm trying to get out this game and lost.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
Really just running
And they'll run it here. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Take that.
The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.
Good game, rookie. Good game, players. Made a nigga proud up there. Proud. Some highlights. Eesh. Powerful picture right here. With a powerful message. Cool. Yeah, you can share credit. "51-yard run by Lawrence." Ooh. Oh, they ain't got the. Hold on now. Hold on now. What's going on? What seems to be the problem, officer? Play the video. Y'all took my run away. That's how we gonna play it now. Alright. Great game, my boys. Great game. Had to take my snapshots so they be in the newspaper and shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause they be giving you newspapers and shit, and then it be like the little pictures you show, little highlights.
Oh yeah. I'll probably buy that.
Yeah, man. There shouldn't be no 60.